What is going on with the late night fam? Y'all hop on in the room. We check in with you guys. While I'm waiting on y'all to get in the room, let me retweet my live. All right. Y'all hop on in, man. Let's chop it up on the late night tip. What's up, Juicy Genius? I see you. What's up, Brother Wayne? I see you. Wartox, I see you. I see y'all in here. We're going to take some calls in a minute. Just waiting on y'all to pile on through. Everybody's piling on through. I hope y'all had, first of all, I hope you guys had a great weekend so far. I hope that you've been prosperous. I hope that you've been productive. I hope that you have had safe sex. You didn't get the monkeypox. I hope that you are doing the right thing out here. If you have children, you're raising your children. And I hope that you are investing in your children's future. What's up, Sir Major? I see you, Playboy. A lot of lovely ladies in here tonight. What's up, lovely ladies? Y'all looking good? Your profile pictures are looking good. Y'all might look like T.S. Giselle in real damn life, and you're using fake pictures, but y'all using some very lovely pictures. But let's talk about what we got to talk about. They got DeSantis, guys. They got a new campaign slogan. The campaign slogan is "Fight the Woke." That's the new campaign slogan that DeSantis is running on, and some of the right wingers. Now, understand what I told people about how the white supremacists, they use code words starting in the mid 1960s when the civil rights laws got passed, when other laws got passed. They couldn't overtly use anti-black racism. So starting in the 60s, they had to use all of these code words. The term minority really took shape and got codified into law in the 1960s. They had to use all of these vague terms that would mean certain things, like minority meant everybody except black, basically. I talk about that in my book, Foundational Black American Race Beta. When they were supposed to give affirmative action, corrective action benefits to foundational Black Americans, they threw the word minority out there to give the illusion that it was an all-encompassing term that included Black people and others, but it's really an exclusionary term. It excludes us because it prioritizes other groups. Black folks, we have to learn how to understand code words from the dominant society. This is how they get us every time. They understand the importance of codification. They can put a code word out there, and the other white supremacists will pick up on it just like that. They all know what it means, and you don't have to explain it overtly. With black folks, you got to explain things, and you got to go in depth about it, and you got to just reiterate it. We don't pick up on the codes for nothing, and that's a problem. But going back to the 60s, they would use these code words to denigrate certain black people, like Dr. King. Instead of saying nigga, 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 they would say, well, he's a communist. Communist was a code word, like an anti-black code word, meaning somebody who was against white supremacy. You see. And then later on, they start using code words like thug, Chicago. Chicago is a code word. Chicago means black people. That's all it is. Chicago has become a code word. Whenever they say Chicago, that's why black people, if we live somewhere 1,000 miles away from Chicago, if there's anything that happens to a black person and somebody says, hey, we need to produce some kind of justice for what happened to this black person, we start hearing, well, what about Chicago? That's just a code word, meaning that because there's crime in Chicago, all black people deserve to have non-justice produced. You deserve to be punished by the dominant society. And that's a con game that too many black people fall into. Black people got to get off this thing where all of us have to stop committing crime in order for us to receive any type of justice. That's a ridiculous ass standard that only black people have been programmed into buying into. I want black folks to understand there is never going to be a non-crime free society. If you have a mass society, you're going to have some type of criminal element, especially in a capitalistic society and especially in a white supremacist society. You're not going to have a crime free society. And black people do not commit more crime than other groups. I want us to get off that myth too. We're just the only ones who are pathologized about it. But again, they use code words. So thug is a code word, Chicago is a code word. And now they're using these academic code words for black people. Well, Black Lives Matter, that was a code word. See, they have to speak about us and make it seem like it's not racial. That's why they need these code words. So they can't say, well, black people are a problem directly. They can't say that. They have to mask it into a political framework, an educational framework, some type of ideological framework. So with the Black Lives Matter code word, they kept throwing that around. Anytime there was a crime, oh my, look at Black Lives Matter. Do Black Lives Matter to them? Oh, look at where's Black Lives Matter? And then it became anytime a black person did something, they falsely called them Black Lives Matter. I would do interviews on television and they would put on the under the screen Black Lives Matter leader Tariq Nasheed. I told him, don't do that bullshit. I am not a part of no damn Black Lives Matter organization. I'm definitely not a leader of it. Do not do that. Do not falsely label me a part of a damn group that I have nothing to do with. See, that's how they operate with code words. And then they start doing the code word of critical race theory. That just means teaching black history in a real way, because now the way they teach history, people are questioning it because we have too many other independent resources out there. For example, the Hidden Colors series. The Hidden Colors series started making children go to school and question what was being taught. And when you put out something like that, we had a massive success with the Hidden Colors series. And now children are going to school saying, hey, teacher, what you're telling me is not the truth. You're telling me half information. So now they couldn't miseducate our children the way they wanted to miseducate them because there's too much information going on out here. And now social media, people had a woke movement. There was a woke movement going on. There are many people who attribute the woke movement to the Hidden Colors series. My brother Behi, he's one of those. My brother down there in Atlanta DJ, him and others. A lot of people attribute the woke movement to the Hidden Colors series. And I'm not saying this to toot my own horn or pat myself on the back, but I'm saying at these new independent educational resources out here, these alternative educational grassroots resources that we had an option to get involved with and utilize. So now that became a problem for the dominant society. So now when they try to miseducate us as far as history and other things, so they're going to say, well, look, if you try to bring the truth here, well, we're just going to call that critical race theory. And you're going to make the white kids feel bad. You telling the truth about history, how do you think little Billy is going to feel about that? Billy doesn't want to feel bad because you're making little Billy feel like he's a little white supremacist. How dare you those Hidden Colors DVDs? And I've had folks hit me up saying that they took Hidden Colors DVDs to their schools and the teachers flipped out. When you teach the truth, and we're not teaching anything that's not false, anytime you start teaching the truth, that's when it becomes a problem. You see, people only have a problem when you're telling the truth. If you were giving misinformation, well, because we get misinformation all the time. So they don't have a problem pushing misinformation. So now they're like, anytime you tell the truth, anytime that you're not asleep, because when somebody lies to you, they lie you to sleep. The name of the game is to keep black folks asleep. You understand? They want us sleep. They want us unfocused. They want us in a daze where they can just tell us what reality is. They want us in a hypnotic state. You understand? And when you are in a hypnotic state, your subconscious mind is prone to instructions and control from other people. Now that we are awake, you can't do that. When you know the truth, you are awake. You're not in a hypnotic state anymore. We are alert. We know what's going on. We know what the truth is. We know that you're lying to us now. So now you niggas are just too woke. We're going to have to fight wokeism. We didn't expect these niggas to be awoke. We didn't expect them to define themselves by circling their wagons around their lineage. We didn't expect that now. These Negroes are waking up. They're getting too woke. So we're going to have to fight woke. Let that sink in. That's their motto now. That is their new catchphrase. They have to fight you being awake. They have to fight us not being asleep. That's literally what they're telling us. They have to fight us being alert and being on top of our game. Us on top of our game and codified has always been a problem. That has always been a problem. And these people are desperate now. So understand, woke means black people who are alert. That's all that means. I really want y'all to understand that dynamic. When they say we got to fight woke, that means fighting black people who are alert. And again, they use these little code words. Remember down in Texas, I think, there was a black teacher, black male teacher, who posted some pictures of his white wife. He was married to a white woman. He posted some pictures of his white wife. Some of the white people in that school district didn't like it, and then they ended up firing that brother. The real reason they fired him because he was up there with this white woman flossing with his white woman. But what they fired him for, what they said was, they fired him because he was teaching critical race theory. They basically use "I'm white and I say so." And he was like, "What the hell is that? I'm not teaching no damn critical race theory." They were like, "Oh, yes, you are, nigga, because I'm white and I say you are." I want black folks to understand how deep the "I'm white and I say so" dynamic is. See, that's why I get on these brothers who be talking all of this, put on a fez and call yourself a Mobite and all that. Man, they can trump all of that with the "I'm white and I say so." That's what it all boils down to. There's no secret law book. There's no correction status that only a few people know about. It's all "I'm white and I say so." That's what it all boils down to. Nothing more, nothing less. Let me get some. I see some hands. A lot of folks are throwing hands up in here. Let's get Bruce. Let me see y'all. Throw your hands up if you want to get on. If you want to get on, let me see your hands. Throw your hands up. Let me know who you are, because sometimes people hit the request button and like, "Oh, I didn't mean, I was taking a bath. I didn't mean to get on here. I'm just listening." I'm like, well, God damn. So put your hands up to let me know that you didn't touch the phone with your balls or anything like that, and let me know that you want to get on. Bruce, what's up, brother?
Yo, what's up? Yeah, I've been peeping this DeSantis guy, and he's gonna be a big problem in the upcoming election,
Yeah,
in the presidential run. And like we're in this next upcoming election, it's not gonna be no room for cooning, no room for cooning on the Democratic plantation or the Republican. Like we have to hold our vote because these people are gonna try to disrespect us like off top, especially DeSantis. He has no respect for black people. He doesn't want he doesn't want to teach, the truth about black history in schools. He's calling it, like you said, critical race theory. So we have to be on code because these dudes are really on some anti-black racism stuff and they're not playing. So
yeah.
you can't be, on the Democratic plantation, and you can't be no coon for the Republican Party because they're coming heavy in this next election.
Real talk, man. And that's just an amazing dynamic, man. When we are not on the dumb shit, when we are not asleep, when we are alert and we are understanding what the truth is, that's a problem. When the truth is a problem, that means that the lies have become so normalized that the truth is a problem. Don't ever be afraid of the truth. Even if you have to teach your children privately or covertly, we have to be seeped in the truth. Let's get Prince in here. Prince, hop in.
How you doing, Tariq? So I definitely want to say you should definitely run for office in the future. I saw your poll.
Yeah, yeah. I
Obviously,
was just asking. I'm not. If I run for office, they'd shoot me the next day. Yeah, so I'm
I know
definitely.
they definitely gonna hate on you, but
Yeah, 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 yeah.
you should run. You should run. But
No,
on the
Lord,
question
the
of fight the
FBI is
woke,
already coming to my damn house. No, they're already warning me. So now I'm good. But go ahead,
but
brother.
on the fight the woke thing, the use of the right and the left of wokeness is definitely taken from us, and they've bastardized it. CPAC, which is the conservative side of things, they held a conference this year, and their slogan was "Awake, not woke," and the whole
Wow.
purpose was to basically shit on us.
Oh
So
yeah.
it just
Oh yeah.
goes to show you that it's very anti-black, anti-FBA, anti-Freeman, all that. So yeah, I definitely agree with you.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, and yeah, CPAC. That's Charlie Kirk and those guys. I've been going in on Charlie Kirk for the longest with all of that anti-black racism going on over there at Turning Point USA and CPAC and all of that stuff. So yeah, these people are a real piece of work. Let's get Miss Karen in here. Karen Robinson. What's up, Karen? Karen Robinson. What's going on with you, ma'am?
Hi.
Let's turn that Hey
Hi,
Karen.
how are you, Tariq? Oh,
I'm good, dear.
thank you for selecting me. Just want to give you a shout out. You are doing wonderful. I'm 52 years old and I have learned so much from your series of Hidden Colors. Me and my
I
Yeah,
appreciate
me
it.
and my sons, they were in high school at the time. They're done. They graduated. We watched those series and I learned so much and I thank you for that. You
I
opened up
appreciate you.
my eyes and also being a foundational Black American. I thank you for that as well. For acknowledging that we are important, that we matter. We really matter in this world. And everybody leeching
Yes, ma'am.
off of us. Everybody is wanting to be us now. I see it in the stores. I see with other races. They're trying to steal just trying to steal our swag, and that's crazy because they don't even like us. So
Yeah.
it's just really mind-boggling how just within 7 years, social media has really changed them to look at us now. And we can really be the minority if we all stick together. We have to stick together. I'm holding my votes. I'm not voting for no candidate at all because they're not
Yeah.
of our votes. They're not doing anything for the
Yes.
Black community at all. Nothing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, beloved. Real talk. Yeah, people look to foundational Black Americans, man. People look at us and they watch our every move. Let me tell you something, man. Being a foundational Black American, the person who descended from the people who built this nation from scratch, and we always have to correct people when they talk about our lineage. When they say, well, you were brought to America, there was no America until foundational Black Americans built that. That makes us a very unique group. Don't ever forget that. We built this joint from scratch and we stayed. And we made the country great. We made it what it was and what it is. And we can make it what it could be. No other group did that. Don't let these folks come around. Well, all groups built America. Everybody contributed. No, the hell you didn't. No, you didn't. If you came over here much later, you came over here to a place that was already established, that was already popping. You didn't contribute anything. You just pulled up a plate and started eating. That's not you contributing. We got to get off this thing where people want to get like some kind of equal credit. We don't get equal credit to nothing. We get superior credit. We get exceptional credit because we built this bitch from scratch. Let's get all of that shit straight with everything. No other group, none, built this place from scratch. And they try to erase our history and then lie. Well, the Chinese built the railroads. Stop that. We didn't already debunk that. The early and the first railroads were all Black people building those things. In fact, the railroad companies were owning people themselves. They had people enslaved themselves. Black people dug the ditches, built the trenches. There were Black railroad bridge designers like Brother Horace King, who was a foundational Black American who was enslaved, who they were hiring as an architect. So we were not just the builders of a lot of this stuff. We were the actual architects family. I want some of you to go visit some of these plantations that's still around, especially in Louisiana, South Carolina. They're pretty honest about what was really going on in these plantations. And we were filming down in Louisiana a couple of years ago, and they had statues in the plantations of the Black people who were actually the architects of the plantation. It wasn't us just building them; we were designing these places. Family, y'all understand what I'm saying? We were the architects of these things. They just make it seem like we were just two-legged cattle. No, no, no. We were designing a lot of this stuff. We were coming up with a lot of the ideas and the ingenuity and all of that stuff. Family, all we have to give credit where credit is due. If it were not for Foundation of Black Americans, we would not have much of the technology that we have now, because we were discovering the technology, because we were the technology. We were the machinery before the machinery. And when we're doing all the work, you have to come up with ways to make the work more efficient. You have to make the work more expedient, less backbreaking, and more efficient. And we were coming up with this stuff as Foundation of Black Americans. It was us saying, hey, look, a cotton gin, if you did this and you did that and came up with something like a cotton gin, that would help this thing go faster. They ended up giving credit to Eli Whitney, but we know that it was a slave who came up with that. Working in the field in an agrarian culture, you would come up with different technological ideas. Even with George Washington Carver, that was the brother who was working with plants and working with the ecology and the environment. And he was coming up with ways to make chemicals and plastics and soy and all of these other things that would be used in technology. He was one of the early modern engineers of eco engineering. You understand? Bioengineering, rather. Even our brother Lewis Latimer, who I believe really created the light bulb. I really believe that it was Lewis Latimer. They always say, well, Lewis Latimer gets credit for making the filament for a light bulb. Well, damn it, that's what the light bulb is. The light bulb is the filament. The filament that stays lit is the light bulb. Without the filament, you just got a piece of damn glass. The filament is the light bulb. How did Lewis Latimer understand how a filament for a light bulb worked? You have to understand, Lewis Latimer, his family was enslaved, and they understood in slavery, cotton seeds were flammable, because they would use cotton seeds and light them in order to warm their hands. That's what a lot of our foundational Black American family members would do on these plantations. They would light cotton seeds and they would warm their hands. If you Google pictures and videos of cotton seeds, people lighting them up, you'll see videos now where you light up cotton seeds and the cotton seeds will burn and it won't burn the grass. Cotton seeds are very flammable. So I think our brother Lewis Latimer understood the level of carbon that was in the cotton seeds that made them flammable, and that was how he got the idea for the filament of the light bulb. You see what I'm saying? How we understood the agrarian culture and how that could turn into technological advances. So we have to understand that we didn't have dumb people running around here, man. We had some ingenious people, some very smart brothers and sisters who were in servitude with these damn white supremacists, coming up with all of these ideas. And I talked about before Benjamin Banneker. They always say that Benjamin Banneker built the city of Washington, D.C., based on some blueprints that he memorized from a white man. I don't even believe that. I don't believe he memorized a white man's blueprints. I believe that he came up with some of those designs on his own and built the city of Washington, D.C. See, when they give us halfway credit, that means we've done more than what they're giving us credit for. Because back in those days, they would just steal your ideas. If we came up with an idea, there was a law where we couldn't go get a patent. So we have over, I think, 50,000 patents. But what about the ones who created things who couldn't get a patent? How many thousands of black folks came up with some of this other stuff? You understand? We better understand how thorough our foundational black American lineage is. We really have to understand that. And now that we are understanding that, a lot of people are now crying foul. All of a sudden they say, hey, we all brothers. We are all brothers. This ain't about all brothers. We have a distinct lineage. We have a distinct lineage. Why are you insulted by us understanding our lineage? Why are you centering yourself when we want to acknowledge our lineage and then try to gaslight us? That's the whole thing that I really have a problem with, these people trying to gaslight us because we're focused on our lineage. That's a major problem. Let's get some more people in here. Let's get First Coalition. First Coalition, what's up, brother? Let's turn your microphone on, First Coalition. And let me see, all these people, raise your hand. There you go.
What's up, brother Tariq? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. What's on your mind?
Man, first and foremost, man, I wanted to say we've been rocking with you, man, since the Ace Monkey days, man.
Oh, wow.
I've been waiting on you to make a documentary about that, man. That's an epic moment right there, man.
You an old school listener. Yeah. That means you've been around. That's almost 2 decades ago,
that's
man.
That's a classic roast right there, man. Enjoyed that, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me get this other cat in. I want to get in. This Talent dude. Hop in, man. Get in, because you were doing some troll shit earlier. Hop in, Talent. Turn your microphone on, man.
Yo, peace and love. What's the word?
What's good, man? What's all that troll shit you were doing earlier?
It's no troll. I'm just trying to figure out what's the code of conduct when it comes to FBA, because I'm really on the ground out here and people calling me an agent. So I want to know what's up. Like, for real.
Yeah, but just a lot of the time-wasting trolling, just babbling, that just seems real agent-like. You're just babbling for the sake of babbling.
Me. Y'all could pull up. I'll give you my address. Like, I'm 160 Ralph Avenue. I got, go to my timeline. You can see the work I'm doing. It ain't no trolling. It's people attacking me because they're so fiending for reparations. They don't realize that I'm working on the kids, because the kids need help right now. Drill music is fucking up our kids right now. I got a program getting them in school right now. It ain't no troll. I'm not trying to take the guns out the kids' hands. I mean, they 16 years old. It's New York City. 1 to 4 years, if you get caught with that, the music industry is setting our kids up, and niggas is calling me an agent, and I got the only program to get them in a D1 school to save the kids. I know we need.
So what does that have to do with reparations?
It doesn't, but because people continue to attack me because I'm not talking about reparations.
No, they're not attacking you. You're just gaslighting in people's DMs because you just okay. Let's slow this down. Hold on now. Let's slow down, because I don't know you from a can of paint. You just hopped in my mentions, kind of talking, real greasy. I don't know you. I don't know you from a can of paint. Nobody was attacking you. You're just hopping in people's mentions, talking greasy. Now, if you're doing so much with the kids, do for the kids. Why are you hopping in people's mentions, talking greasy?
I'm a very smart individual. I'm on the ground. Do you think I would want to just start beef? I don't have a YouTube page. I'm not looking for clout. If I'm posting things relevant to what it is that I need to get across, and if it's not related to reparations or people take it a different way, I posted Cicely Tyson. They called her a tether. Like people are just out of control because there's no code of conduct. Now, here's the question to you. Is Cicely Tyson a tether or not?
No, I don't think she's a tether.
All right. So
she's a good sister. She's non-FBA, but she's not a tether.
You're right.
She's always been a thorough sister.
I'm with you. And she's born in in the Bronx, and that's connected to my folk. So I am saying is this: what is the code of conduct if there are people who have FBA in their bio and they are attacking me because I posted my folk, Cicely Tyson, and then I come to the page and I throw that I'm doing work in Brooklyn and they're calling me an agent and they have FBA in their bio? Not people who's doing the work, but people who just happen to have FBA in their bio. It seems like I'm being attacked by common people with FBA in their bio. I'm not calling it a hate group. I'm not even the person that made the petition for that. But if I am being attacked, I'm not in here. There's people that know me. I open up rooms. I talk. I've been supporting you, but I didn't like what you did with Check. So you got his mugshot up, and I'm saving kids to not get mugshots up, and I'm giving them college scholarships to go to a D1 school downtown Brooklyn. Why are people calling me an agent when they setting these kids up with drill music? We should be on the same team until the reparations come.
You're making these
All right,
weird connections.
all
There's
right.
no correlation to what you're saying, brother. You're just saying
No,
random
I am
shit.
saying that there's a bunch of people with FBA in their bio. I have an
Right.
organization, 501c3. I'm on the ground trying to save the kids now. So if
Got
people
it.
with FBA in their bio are coming at me, calling me an agent, trying to
Because
take
you're
the guns out of the kids' hands.
okay, you didn't said that about 3 or 4 times. You talking about I put somebody's mug shot up, I got on somebody's ass who did they shouldn't have done. You better understand Rule 19 of the 48 Laws of Power. You better know who you fucking with. Rule 19 of 48 Laws of Power. They said you better know who you into a beef with. You better know who you dealing with. Don't get into no situation with somebody you don't really know who you dealing with. So that person got a good life lesson dealing with me, coming at me sideways. They got a good life lesson, and I tell you, they got off soft because I only really addressed them once because they did some shit they were supposed to do. That was a grown person. That wasn't no damn kid. Let's get off that too. You understand? There's consequences for your actions. You better know who you're dealing with. And you also, you were talking about how FBA is trademarked, and weren't you saying that it was a group?
If a bunch of people with FBA in their bio, I am asking what is the code of conduct. So if there's a bunch of people with red flags and they coming after me, I'm gonna say that's the red flag group because they're all attacking my organization, calling me an
What's
agent.
the code word of all African Americans?
There is no all. I am because my father doesn't consider himself an FBA. So it's not all
Where's your
black
father?
people.
Yeah, 'cause I know you're not FBA.
You man, you see this is the issue. Go to my page.
what part, dude? What part of the Caribbean is some of your family from? Some of your family's from the Caribbean.
I don't got no Caribbean family.
You're
I'm a nigga. I'm a
you're not
Negro.
a full you're not a full
I
FBA.
am Marcel. I got 1880 census on my page right now. This is the problem. This is the issue right here. I am a nigga saving the kids, and you worried about if I'm a tether or not. The kids is dying to drill music, sir. You got mugshots, and I'm saving them from getting them, sir. And your
Well,
people
go
are
on.
attacking me,
Well,
sir.
why
If
are
no,
you
no,
so
since you
affected?
a G, have a
Why are you so affected by what somebody says about you online if you're so invested in saving these kids? You don't seem like you're too invested in saving the kids if you're getting triggered by online shit, dude.
if I have a nonprofit that I post online to spread the word and people are calling me an agent, that fucks up the nonprofit reaching people.
Because you're doing stuff that's agent like. Ain't nobody calling you an agent for no reason. You're obviously doing some shit you ain't supposed to be doing, right?
I posted Cicely Tyson and they called her a tether. Like I would
Okay,
like to have
so
a hit.
that type of petty weak shit shows that you ain't really that serious about the kids. You understand? If you up here so serious about kids and you whining about somebody that said something about Cicely Tyson, you ain't serious about these kids. That's all cap.
It's not because I
It is all
posted my
cap.
work after that.
Let me
Go to
tell
my
you
page.
something. Look,
Do you want
you
to come
holler
to
and
my
listen. You hollering about the kids, the kids, the kids. You know what? That's a red flag right there. You see, William O'Neill was the head of the free breakfast program in Chicago in 1969. Do you understand? He was out there feeding the kids. And he was also working with the FBI, helping to get Fred Hampton set up and shot and killed while he was asleep. You yelling about the kids, the kids, the kids. That's not impressive if you're doing some other slick shit on the side. You understand what I'm saying? And it makes you look real suspicious by using the kids, the kids, the kids as a cloak. because that's what it sounds like you're doing. And I want folks to watch cats like this.
Could
There's
I give you
another.
my I give you my address to the office?
Also,
I could
also, you are one of these gun buyback dudes. You're running around here talking about buying back the guns to save the kids, right?
to give them Second Amendment training because in New York City it's
No, no,
automatically a crime.
no, no,
Yes.
no, no.
They
You were talking
shooting each
about
other
doing.
over drill music
You were
videos.
talking about
Yes.
gun buybacks.
No, it's get a gun, go to college. St. Francis. Like
Uh-huh.
Vet me.
I'm
I
vetting you
am a
now.
team player.
I'm vetting you now. You were talking
Please
about
do.
giving
I don't
money
have
for.
no agent in me.
Okay, okay, hold on. Stop it. You were talking about gun buybacks. They can come, give the gun and scan a code and no questions asked and get some money for the guns, right?
No, you go to college for free. D1 St. Francis, the first in the nation to break up drill music in the city because don't nobody care about the kids. I actually do.
No, brother, you got a video where you're talking about guns in exchange for money. Is
No,
that
it's
not
in
you?
exchange for a college scholarship. You don't get money. You go to school for free.
How
Like
you gonna go to
literally.
school for free for exchanging a gun?
Because I created the precedent because they wanted to lock them up first. So I said, instead of waiting them to go to jail, can I kick the door in and get the gun before? Because the guns look like toys now because they're drill guns and they ghost guns. And I said, let
You
me save the
babbling.
kids.
You're babbling. No,
All
no,
right.
no, 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 no. That don't make no sense. That makes no sense what you're saying. A kid says, "Hey, I want to go to school for free. Let me go turn in a gun and I'm gonna go to school for free."
Can you fly out since you wanted to fly checkout? Fly out with me. No, you fly out to Brooklyn tomorrow and we'll go to St. Francis College and vet me. And then make an apology because it's legit and I'm not an agent because I actually care. Black people really love. We Negroes, remember? We went through slavery, remember? Our kids is dying since Chief Keef, remember? And you got this boy mugshot, remember? I care.
Uh-huh.
I care. What's wrong with caring
And
about our
why are
kids?
you so what's and he ain't no boy. Why are you so big on this dude me
He's
posting his
23
mugshot?
years old. My
He's a
program is
grown ass
16 to
man,
20.
nigga.
He's
He's
20.
a grown goddamn man and he shouldn't have came at me sideways. He brought that on himself. Why you so invested in that? Yeah, and I flamed his ass. You goddamn right I did. You don't play with me. I'm not the nigga to play with.
You're
You
right.
don't
You're right. You're right.
you
So
don't get to dictate the clap back. You clap at me. You don't get to dictate the terms of the clap back. And I was lightweight on that dude. You don't get to dictate the terms of the clap back. The nigga shouldn't have never came at me. Why are you so tripping and invested on that?
you right, OG. We just gonna throw the mugshot up like the white boy. Now come to my school and vet me, OG. I'm in
I'm vetting
Brooklyn.
you now. And
Exactly. And I'm
and you're
standing tall,
talking and
fly
you
out.
talking about gun buyback programs, dude, and that's funny style right there. You
Come
ain't
to
you were
Brooklyn.
talking you
You
were
were so
talking about
feeling to fly that boy out. Come
don't worry about
tomorrow.
him. I'm talking about you because
Exactly. Come to the
you were
school.
you were
Come.
talking about money in exchange for guns, and that's some slick shit right there because you know what they do with those damn guns.
They
You
don't
ain't
even take
slick.
the gun to the police. You could bring the
That's a
gun.
goddamn lie, nigga.
They don't got it. No, it's
That's a lie. Now you look suspicious. That's a goddamn lie. They run ballistics on those guns when they do those gun buybacks. And when they do those gun buybacks, a month later, the whole hood is getting gappled up because they done ballistics and they done put all the pieces together for all the crimes that happen with those guns. Those gun buybacks, those are finesse games in order to solve crimes and to get people rounded up, nigga. So you better stop.
the kids don't even gotta bring the guns. It could be somebody else. Put the kid's
Oh,
name.
God.
I know
Get
that.
this nigga out of here. He's out of here. Yeah, you do sound like an agent, nigga. Y'all know the gun buyback hustle. You ain't gotta give your name. You could just come bring the gun. You can have your cousin bring the gun. Fool. I done told y'all about them gun buyback programs. You never participate in a gun buyback program, guys. By the way, FYI, don't ever participate in a gun buyback program. That's basically you going up there snitching or confessing. That's all that is. The it gun buybacks don't save lives. They don't do anything. They don't stop crime. They have gun buybacks all the time. That doesn't stop the crime because the element that creates the criminality is still there, which is systematic white supremacy in the form of economic deprivation. That's still there. So there's always going to be some type of strife when there are limited access to resources in hostile environments. There's going to be people beefing and scrapping with each other and doing what they need to do to protect each other or to avenge each other or whatever. So that element is going to be there because the problem is still there. Gun buybacks don't do anything but help the police solve crimes. That's all that is. That's a finesse for them to get those guns and run ballistics on them, and they're going to start tying in bodies to those damn guns. Don't let nobody run no con game on you. This nigga's running a con game. You don't ever turn no damn gun in on no gun buyback. Ever. Let's get Lioness in here. What's up, beloved? How are you, dear? My sister Jade. What's up, Jay? Yeah, if you got a gun, if you want to get rid, if y'all want to get rid of a gun, take that shit to a pawn shop or something. Don't do a gun buyback. If you got a hot gun or something, just take that shit to a pawn shop and get your little money. Don't do a gun buyback. All they're gonna do is tie you into whatever crime that happened on it. But go ahead, Jade. How are you, dear?
Peace. I'm well. Thank you. Let me just say, first of all, thank you for letting me up. I'm going to be very quick as I can be. Shout out to everyone who's codified in this space. I must start out saying that I cannot be more disgusted and disheartened than I am now. I'm up here because Talent actually sent me a DM inviting me to a space with hashtag what is the code for FBA. Now, earlier in the week, I think I did retweet something that Talent put, which was like to get your point across. Basically, I'm loosely paraphrasing, and you can lead with love. Like I'm a big believer in respect, right? Self-respect and respecting people, and you don't disrespect others, and all of that good stuff. So I think I retweeted that. But I also saw today that Talent was pushing the hashtag FBA hate group hashtag. So he just came up here, brother, and he was very, very disingenuous about the FBA hate group thing. So he was accusing us of being a hate group. And let me just pause and say this, and to thank my brother Tariq. You gave me the opportunity, the honor, and the privilege of being the co-host for the first Foundational Black American Conference. You and I we are working together to see what's up with the Rally for Reparations in Washington, D.C. And that's why I'm up here. So I felt like I need to speak. In terms of some other rhetoric that this brother, I'm not going to disrespect him, Talent, has put out, also connected to the hashtag FBA hate group, the hashtag there. He started to press some plebiscite type rhetoric or talking point, as in, why is Tariq getting all these FBAs to come to DC? DC is not a state, it's federal territory. What rights do people have in DC? Let's just be clear. None of that makes sense. First of all, I'm a Washingtonian. I grew up under the Marion Barry administration. I'm from DC. My father was a labor organizer. I was actually born into this work. I am from Northwest DC, born and raised. I've lived in other cities. I've also lived in New York City. From 2012 to 2020, I had to leave because you can't organize or get on code with off-code people. That's a whole nother conversation. I'm not disrespecting New York, but for the type of work that I need to do, I came back home because this is where my people are and this is what the need is. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Washington, D.C. is not a state. And so people say taxation without representation, meaning that we have a shadow senator, a shadow representative, Eleanor Holmes Norton, who has been in office for a long time. She's actually written more bills than anybody else in the House of Representatives. But we also have a D.C. government, right? Like a city municipal government. And so people have rights in Washington, D.C. Every major group, interest group, PAC, whatever you can think of, have demonstrated in Washington, D.C. at the by the White House, by the Lincoln Memorial, and all these other places. So this idea, this plebiscite idea, this conspiracy theory that us as foundational Black Americans, a lineage and an ethnic group coming to advocate for reparations for our basic human rights when we're talking about being exempt or protected from racial tyranny and racial targeting and apartheid, is somehow a setup to get people indicted or something like that by the federal government. All of these are asinine talking points. And let me tell you something, brother Talent, I'm highly, highly, highly disappointed in you. For you someone who claims to, and I'm not saying that you don't, but if you're working with Black children, especially Black boys, that is highly problematic. You definitely need to be checked. And I'm here to say that this plebiscite type talk and rhetoric around my city, Washington, D.C., which is, yes, federal, territorial, whatever, and us gathering, there's no conspiracy there. And you actually didn't step up as a man and tell the truth about using the hashtag FBA, rhetoric that you've been spewing online. So, whatever. I'm going to land my plane there, Brother Tariq. I don't want to go, back and forth. I don't
There you
argue.
go.
It's non-constructive, but thank you for allowing me to speak.
Thank you, beloved. Yeah, and that guy was doing some. I was wondering where that weird plebiscite babbling talking point was coming from, and also he was like, "Well, Tariq had trademarked FBA. Tariq trademarked it." Well, we trademarked the clothing, and whenever you see somebody talking about I trademarked FBA, you can't trademark a lineage. I just put something up in the jumbotron. I want y'all to see. The word African American is trademarked, but it's trademarked for clothes and um, different products. You can't trademark a lineage. African American is trademarked, and it's trademarked by Asians. An Asian company owns the term African American as far as commerce for, let me see what it's for. Let me see, hair extensions, toupees, wigs, hair products. You feel what I'm saying? So whenever people use that talking point, well, they trademark the lineage. They're being deceptive, and they're deliberately being deceptive. You can't trademark a lineage. You can trademark products, which is what we did. We trademarked T-shirts and mugs and stuff that we sell at the conferences with the name Foundational Black American on it. That's it. And the book, Foundational Black American, stuff like that. You can't trademark a lineage. An African American is trademarked, but the lineage is not trademarked, just consumer products associated with that term. So we got to watch out for deceptive plebiscite babblers like that. That's what I don't like. People who come around deliberately trying to be deceptive and then run around. Well, I'm working with the kids though. I'm working with the kids. The kids. I gotta save these babies. And you running around lying and being deceptive, and then trying to hide behind kids. That makes you look more damn suspect. If you're so invested with the kids, work with the damn kids. I work with kids and help kids all the time. I don't go around bragging about it all the time. I just damn do it. That's another thing, man. Some of these people, they're real suspicious when they gotta just make a big point and go out of their way about all the stuff they're doing, which ain't really that damn much. But when you got to just take pictures with the kids. Look at me with all these kids. I'm doing so much for the kids. Look at me. I got 15 kids with me right now. Look at all these kids I got with me. I got a whole orphanage of kids right now. I be doing so much for the kids. Man, I do everything for these kids. I done fed them, I done clothed them, I done took them to the Chuck E. Cheese. Look at me and all these kids. And by the way, y'all a hate group. You see? You're not going to let you being with the kids erase some of this other foul shit you're doing over here. That's real suspicious and real agent like. If people suspect you are being an agent, dude, I can see why. And I don't know anything about you, dude. I just saw you troll tweeting in my mention earlier today. I don't know anything about you. But I can see where people would think that you are some kind of agent. Your behavior is real funny style. And like I said, they always get the agents to do the most for the kids. That's the first thing they do. They get them to do stuff for kids. William O'Neill, like I said, that he was the head of the free lunch program. He was the main one feeding the kids in Chicago, and then giving all of the intel to the FBI. Another dude, Dothard Perry, when they had the Watts writing program out here in LA in the 1960s, early 70s. He was the main one painting and doing construction for the building, and he was an FBI agent. And then when they gave him the cue, he went and burned the damn building down. I don't give a fuck about you sitting around talking about what you're doing with the kids. If you're doing stuff for the kids, just do stuff for the kids and just keep doing it. That's not going to negate all of this other funny style stuff you're doing. See, we got to keep our eyes on folks, man. And then getting into that plebiscite babble, DC ain't a state. What the hell does that mean? What does that have to do with anything? When dudes get into that type of plebiscite babble, that's more funny style behavior right there. What the hell does DC being a state or not being a state means? Well, my sister Linus wants to get back on. Linus, you want to get back on, dear? Let me get her
Yeah,
back on.
peace,
Then I'm gonna
peace.
get my
Really
brother.
quickly. I literally went to high school with one of the great nieces of the ancestor, Cicely Tyson. And Cicely Tyson's grandparents were from Nevis. So my friend is part FBA and she's really codified. And so the brother Talent came up here and claimed that, Cicely Tyson is his folks. And then he said that he was for FBA. So I'm not sure which one is it, apples, oranges, whatever. It's just something that I'm here to point out. That was an
Yeah,
inconsistency. So I wanted to say that. I also wanted to shout out to Sister Teslin, who's also in the space, and she's having Push the Line next month, which is a free, nonpartisan political organizing training. And we're really grateful for her for hosting that. Thank you.
thank you. Yeah, this dude is clearly non-FBA. That's why there's a lot of animosity. You're clearly not FBA, and a lot of these people be out here lying about being FBA, or you are half FBA and you got some tether lineage somewhere, some anchor baby lineage. But yeah, ain't nobody going when anytime somebody run around talking about FBA as a hate group, you ain't FBA. You wouldn't say that about your own lineage. You see, even when I said, "Hey, dude, you on FBA?" Yeah, I'm a nigga. I was a nigga. That don't, just the fact that you're talking like that, that's real funny style. Afro Elite. Let me get Afro Elite in here.
Yeah, Tariq, can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother. What's up?
Okay. I didn't know this dude. I've seen him around a little bit, but I haven't heard him speak until this very space. And something interesting is that he said that you don't actually have to be the one to turn in the gun when you register. But the thing is, in order to get a scholarship, you have to put out all your personal information, where you live, your social security number and everything. So how would you be able to turn in a gun anonymously but get a scholarship for it? So you have to register everything.
Real
Another
talk.
another thing I noticed too is that he kept saying drill music is killing black kids. And that gave me like the black on black crime vibe because it's not drill music or any type of music. That's like blaming black culture. What it is the system of white supremacy. So
Right.
I'm hearing him keep blaming the quote unquote music for killing black kids instead of the system of white supremacy that puts us in the conditions that unfortunately causes a lot of the violence. So
Real,
he's coming off as a big agent, and this is my first time ever even hearing him speak.
yeah. Yeah, me too, man. I don't know this dude from a can of paint, but everything he's saying and doing sounds agent like as hell. And by the way, drill music, most of those dudes are non FBA who do drill music. And I can see why you have a lot of vested interest in that. Most of those dudes in New York, I won't even say most, damn near all of them who do drill music are like Caribbean. You understand? And I don't want those brothers killing each other, either. But this guy's real invested in that. This dude is clearly a non-FBA dude and trying to fake the damn funk. Let's get some more folks in here. That dude is clearly non-FBA. All right, let's get Khalil Beezy. A lot of folks in here. Khalil Beezy, hop on. Khalil? Okay, Khalil Beezy got the hell out of here. Guess he wasn't ready to get it in. Let's get Black Rhino. Let's get Black Rhino in here. Black Rhino. All right.
Hey, yo, what up, bro?
What's going on with
Not much, man. I kind of came up in the room late, and I heard you talking about people who helping kids that is kind of like an agent. Yo, are we talking about Charleston White? Because I came in late, and if we not talking about him, like, are we going to address him and the little shit he be saying?
Well, shit, I don't really watch too many of his videos like that, but I got to check out some more of his stuff. I don't really watch his stuff like that. Maflabane.
Yo, shout out from South Africa.
There you go. What's up? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, buddy. I'm good. I'm good. Shout out to FBA. Love you guys and
Yes, sir.
everything you guys are doing. Yeah. So Tariq, just a quick question. So, how do we start working together, like trade, import, and export? So I know that on code people here, on code people there. There's some things that you guys definitely need, some things that we definitely
Yeah.
need. So, how do we get things going?
Just dialogue, man. I got some brothers and sisters over there in South Africa that I'm very cool with, and we have to link up.
Yeah,
We have to link up with each other. We got to be on code with each other.
yeah,
Um, I've sent some of my folks over there to hook up with some of my folks over there. I got a tour guide over there, a brother named Tingo, who took me and my family around, and some other people that I know who went over there. I connected him with them,
yeah,
and I would love to be able to hook up and trade commodities and
yeah,
just get stuff popping with brothers and sisters over there. But y'all have to let us know who all is really down for that. Y'all
yeah,
got to let us know,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then we can get popping. You dig?
yeah,
But anyway, man, thank you for the call. Let me get some more folks in here. Let's get who is this? AB Drula. AB Drula. Let me see. A lot of folks in here. Let's get rather unique. Let's get that. Let's get rather unique in here. What's up, rather unique? Waiting on rather unique to turn her microphone on. Rather unique, you want to turn your microphone on? Rather unique. All right. You're slowing the game down. Y'all need to be ready. When I bring you up, y'all gotta be ready, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's get Reezy. Okay, hold on.
Hi.
Rather unique. You there?
Hi. How are
There you go.
you? Sorry, I had no
Um,
idea I was on. So, how are you doing? I was listening, but from
uh,
afar. My apologies.
there you go. So what's on your mind, rather unique?
I'm just kind of listening and taking it in. I'm definitely not FBA, but I do appreciate the movement and everything that you guys are doing. And it's just it's a good time to kind of see people speaking up and getting things
Yeah.
into order.
When'd you come over from Jamaica?
I live in Canada. I've been here. Sorry, my dog. She's being annoying. I've been in Canada now from like the 90s. So
Okay.
technically I've lived in Canada most of my life, but I'm definitely born and raised on the island.
Yes. Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much, beloved. Thank you so much. All right. Let's get who's this person? AB Drula. AB Derula. I think that's your name.
Hey, what's up, Tariq? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's going on with you, brother?
What's up, brother? Been following you for a long time. Keep doing your thing. You stay solid, 100% all the time. All
No
right, I
doubt.
want to go back to that caller a couple of minutes ago. He definitely wasn't a foundational Black American, and I just want to point something out about him. His behavior was really suspect. He invited you out to New York about 5 or 6 times.
Right.
People need to start really watching out for these people online, because a lot of you guys are caught up in our movement we have going on, and you guys are just conversing with everybody. You guys need to realize that all of these phones and everything you ever send is being recorded and kept. So these could be agents from wherever behind a computer telling you to come somewhere or do anything. That
Yeah.
guy was an agent. Yeah, that guy definitely was an agent. You guys need to learn how to vet people. Tariq has been doing this for like over 10, 15 years. Just watch his old stuff and watch how he vets and how he converses with people, because this stuff can get really dangerous. So I just wanted to say that, because he was really suspect. Keep
Real.
doing your thing, brother.
Thank you, brother. Man, we got to understand. Listen, back in the '60s, if you look at some of those COINTELPRO documents, back in the '60s, it was like, damn, who wasn't an agent? But they had agents and agent provocateurs everywhere. Sometimes you got to go look at the COINTELPRO documents. Many people hear about COINTELPRO and we know the gist of it, but people don't know how deep that shit was. When you read the actual documents, these folks were monitoring everything we did. They had agents all over the black community, man. This was in the 60s. This was in the 1960s. At all of the universities, the black schools were basically incubators for agents. They had agents all up in black churches. Um, Many black owned businesses in business districts, they would have agents running in and out of there. When you read these documents, and this is proof. This is not a conspiracy. This is why they had to stop writing all of this stuff down, because the security got breached. When the Weather Underground went and got those COINTELPRO documents, that caused the firestorm. So they had to be more covert with the way they collect data and communicate data with each other. So let's fast forward now. This is when they didn't even have the internet then. So you can imagine now, some agents, man. You got agents around, and it's easy to have. It's easy for them to put their agents out here among us now. They'll put some folks around us who sound like they're down. Look what I'm doing for the kids. Look at, they got people talk all that stuff, and these people will be on the damn FBI and CIA payroll. And you can tell when they start plebiscite babbling and just talking incoherently and trying to instigate things literally out the blue. That's one telltale sign of somebody possibly being an agent. When they try to instigate stuff, instigate some type of conflict out the blue for no reason whatsoever. We're talking about going to DC and some fool pop up with DC ain't even a state. What y'all talking? What? That's not even a legitimate argument. That's an argument for the sake of having a damn argument. You know what I'm saying? That's suspicious. People should look at that as being suspicious. What kind of argument is that? So when people come around talking that plebiscite babble, you better keep your antennas up. You see, when people are protesting justice and then some big wide hip bitch nigga shows up babbling and trolling for no reason, that's agent like behavior. When we're talking about getting stuff popping and we're having Twitter spaces, and then you have people coming in these spaces trolling and instigating and just time wasting, that's agent behavior too. So just you just understand we have agents among us, and that's a part of the game. We just have to be cognizant enough to recognize it and play past it, and don't let them dissipate the energy. Yeah, because I can spot these agents a mile away. That's why the FBI just shows up to my damn house and say hi, nigga. We're not going to even send internet agents on you. We're going to come to say hi to you personally, nigga. That's why they just show up to my crib. They let me know, hey, we're watching you. Yeah, nigga, we're watching you. Just we're watching you. They don't even make no bones about it. They don't even put it under no context. All right, nigga, we watching, so we want you to know. So, all right, just be careful out here, nigga. Don't get too bold. So that's what it is. That's what it is, man. That's part of the game. Let me get a couple of more calls. It's a lot of you. I see you in here, Teslin. I see you in here. We got a lot of folks in here, man. What's up, brother Marcel? I see you. We got brother Rilla. A lot of folks, brother Cornbread in here. Cornbread, I got to get you for that hip hop documentary. We're doing that hip hop documentary next. We're almost done with the American Maroon film, and that's coming along real great. The next one is going to be that hip hop documentary, man. We got to get that straight, because I'm so sick of people lying on our damn culture. We really got to get that straightened out. That is definitely going to be the next joint. Let's get brother Mark from the soil. Let's get Mark from the soil. What's up, brother Mark? Brother Mark, hop on. Now raise your hand if you want to get on. What's up,
What's
Mark?
up, brother Flex, man? Just want to get on. You know, I don't really get on here that much, man. I mean, I never got on here before, man. But I was just triggered about the one brother, talent dude, man, was sitting in our, secure trial spaces, man. And we's all about the work, man. We stumping all around the country, man. September, definitely want to come up to Washington, definitely stump. Me and my fiance gonna definitely get the flights, man. Trying to get the detail, man, because a show will blow up, man. So you already know what
No
it
doubt.
is.
Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, we're still trying to put that together, man. These folks in DC, they have still not given us the permits. These people are still giving us the runaround, so we're trying to see what's going on with that. They are still giving us the damn runaround. These people are running us around. I'm gonna holler at them Monday and see what's up, but it's going to be kind of difficult getting this thing going. Getting it really popping off within a month, because then September's right around the corner. We got a month, and then I'm doing the Revolt Summit. They invited me to their Revolt Summit. That's going to be good. So that's already locked and loaded out there for Atlanta. So let's get Hustle Leg. Hustle Leg. What's up, man?
What's up, Tariq? How you doing?
I'm good, sir. Where you from, bro?
I'm from Las Vegas, bros.
What's on your mind?
I had a question, man. Why do you think that everybody keep trying to put FBA in a like in a group? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the significance of that? And then also, what do you think about how being a lot of these kids running around talking about the rap beef with the little dude Quando Rondo, and I think it's NBA Young, but I don't really follow it too much. But I just want to get your thought on that.
Yeah. He got shot, and I think his little homie got shot out here in L.A., man, which is unfortunate. These guys be getting into these beefs, and that's why we kind of I like to dissipate as many of these beefs as possible. But going to your first question, why do people always try to make foundational Black Americans a group? That's they try to do that so that they can attack it, because it makes no sense to really attack a lineage, which is what FBA is. And they know, look, everybody knows that foundational Black Americans is not a group. It's not an ideology. It is not a group. It is not an organization. It's not something that people can join. It's basically us redefining what an African American is, and we're making it more detailed. We've just redefined what our lineage is. They know that. It's a lineage. It's hard to attack a lineage. So you have to pretend that there's some type of group where there's group meetings and there's a group leader and all of this stuff. So you have to make up this imaginary scenario, which is COINTELPRO 101. That's some more COINTELPRO type stuff, where you try to four-wall people so that you can attack them. You dig? So that's just another COINTELPRO tactic. People are very well aware that foundational Black Americans is not a group. There is no leader. I am damn sure not the leader of no group or anybody else. We just redefine what African American is, and we made it more specific to our lineage, and we did it on our own terms. That's a power move. Us making power moves, that's a no-no. You see, they're used to us sitting around having white people tell us who we are. White people told us that we should be African American. They gave that talking point to Jesse Jackson, and Jesse said, hey, we should call ourselves African American. That was something that white people at think tanks came up with, because they wanted to make us comparable to immigrant groups. So if you say African American, that's the equivalent of Italian American or Mexican American or Asian American. They were trying to make us equivalent to immigrant groups. African American is a misnomer because it others us. It takes us out of our land claim. It takes us out of our birthright. We were born here. We are indigenous to the United States. We are indigenous to the United States. Listen to what I'm saying, because We are the foundation of the United States. We were not brought to the United States. We built the United States, making us indigenous to the United States. You see, that's not Native American. All right, that's a different thing. The Native Americans are not indigenous to the United States. Words are very important. Y'all got to follow words. Native Americans are not indigenous to the United States. In fact, when I say Native American, meaning the red ones, I usually refer to the black Native Americans as Aboriginal Americans because they've made a distinction. So we have to alleviate confusion. When they say Native American, people usually think of the red Native Americans. But there were black Aboriginal people here too. They were just reclassified as Negro, and we are the descendants of those people as well. This is very well documented. They know that there were black people over here in the Americas. When you look at old images, and I can't wait till y'all see the movie American Maroon, because we got a lot of images from those old maps showing exactly what the people look like. They made no bones about it. They would depict the people exactly what they look like. They look like regular black folks that we see today when the Europeans came over here. You dig? Excuse me. But we are indigenous to the United States because we are the foundation of the United States. And we didn't immigrate anywhere. We didn't immigrate from somewhere. We are not comparable to immigrants, and people try to crowbar us into an immigrant narrative. We're not immigrants in any sense of the word. I've even heard people try to use the term involuntary immigrants. That's a jive ass term. That don't even make no damn sense. There's no such thing as an involuntary immigrant. That's a kidnapping victim. Stop it. So yeah, they try to make us comparable to immigrants. We are not immigrants in any sense of the word. We didn't leave one place for a better place. You understand? We are not the same as immigrant groups. I want black folks, don't ever let people put you into that same bag. We had to build better while being violently subjugated, while being abused and systematically subjugated, abused, and enslaved, and we still had to make a better environment and did it. No other group could have survived no shit like that. We are so unique and exceptional as foundational black Americans, and don't ever let nobody else forget it. These folks get a little teeny piece of pushback in their homeland, and all of a sudden they're on the border with a backpack and a bag of fucking chicken wings talking about, where are the niggas? Let me in. FBA niggas, help me. Coming to us for help. You dig? When something happens, they always call us. You notice that? When something happens to all these people in any other place, they want to know where the foundational black Americans are to fight for them. They don't call on the white people. They call on us to come say something and help them out. Remember when the stuff went down in the Ukraine? All those black people in the Ukraine and Poland was getting shitted on. They couldn't call on white people. White people didn't give a damn. Who are they calling? They were calling us, wanting us to say something. Hey, where's Oprah Winfrey? Help me, nigga. They were calling foundational black Americans to do something to help. You think? They call us. And when they come over here, they come among us. All of these programs named after foundational black Americans' ideologies, the Dreamer program based on the I Have a Dream speech. You know, they always got these programs based on stuff that we've culturally codified, the Lift Every Voice plan and all of that bullshit. Yeah, come on, man. They know what it is. They know what it is, and they know who the culture is. Foundation of Black Americans, we are the culture. Don't ever let nobody sit up and talk about what culture we do or don't have. We are the culture of America. These other folks have no culture. If we're going to keep it a buck, and that's not to denigrate or insult anybody's culture, nobody has a culture out there except us. People out there got a culture of getting the hell on from where they're from. That's their culture. I hate to be so crass with it, but we got to, call stuff for what it is. We got to call it for what it is. Anyway, there's a lot of folks in here, but let me get up out of here. I'll be here all night. I'll be here all night chopping it up with the family. But look, it's been real, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Y'all go to officialfba.com, get my book, Foundational Black American Race Baiter, officialfba.com, ladies and gentlemen. And you guys have a great night. Papiakute and Lalavuve to you.